Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, students, teachers, and administration. I would like today to welcome you in my class 4-5 Aquatic Ecosystem by Mahmoud Bahaa. What's the factor affect life in aquatic ecosystem? Aquatic organisms are affected primarily by the water depth, temperature, flow, uh, amount of dissolved nutrients, water depth. Water depths are strongly influenced aquatic life because light burns only a relatively short distance of the water. The sunlight region near the surface in the photosynthesis can occur in the known as photic zone. The photic zone may be as deep as 200 meters in the tropical seas, but just a few meters deep or less in rivers and swamps. Photic algae called planktons live in the photic zone. Zooplanktons, tiny free floating animals, eat planktons. That is the first step in many aquatic food webs below the photic in the dark photic zone where photosynthesis cannot occur. Water depths. Any aquatic organism live in or in rocks, sediments, bottoms of lakes, streams, and ocean. These organisms are called benthics, and their habitat is benthic zone. When the water is shallow enough for benthic zone to be within the photic zone, algae and rooted aquatic plants can grow. When the benthic zone is below the photic zone, chemocyanic autotrophs are the only primary producers. Beaches and coral aquatic habitats are warmer near than the equator and colder near than the poles. Beaches the aquatic habitats also often varies with the depth, and the deepest part of the lakes and oceans are often colder than the surface water. Currents in the lakes and the oceans can dramatically affect water temperature because they can carry water with warmer or cooler be typical for given latitude, depth, and distance from shore. Nutrient availability. Organisms need certain substances to live, such as oxygen, nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. The types of availability of those dissolved substances varies within the and between bodies of water, greatly affecting the types of organisms that can survive there. What are the major categories of freshwater ecosystem? Rivers, streams, and lakes and ponds. Fresh waters, uh, rivers and streams. Rivers, streams, creeks, and brooks often originate the underground water sources. Near a source, water are plenty in dissolved oxygen, but little plant life. Downstream, some sediments build up the plants established themselves further downstream. Water may meander slowly through the flat areas. Animals in the many rivers and streams depend on terrestrial plants and animals that live along their banks for food. Lakes and ponds. The food web in the lake and pond are often based on the combination of the plankton and attracted algae. Plankton in general term that includes the photosynthesis and zooplankton. Water flows in and out of the lakes and ponds. There can between the surface that methods distributing heat, oxygen, and the nutrient. Fresh water. Wetlands. A wetland is an ecosystem in which water either covers the soil or present on the near surface at least of the year. Water may flow through the freshwater wetlands or stay in the place. Wetlands are often nutrient rich, highly productive, and serve as a breeding ground for many organisms. Freshwater wetlands referee water by filtering pollinates and help to prevent flooding by absorbing a large amount of water and storing it. Three main types of water wetlands are freshwater brooks, shorter marshes, freshwater swamps. Saltwater wetlands are called estuaries. What is this so important? Stress service by swapping the nursery surrounding for ecological and commercially important fish and shellfish species include bluefish, striped bass, shrimp, crabs. A estuary is a special kind of wetland formed where a river meets the sea. Estuaries contain a mixture of fresh water and salt water and other affected rise and fall of the ocean tides. Many are shallow where means the enough sunlight reaches to the penetrous power photosynthesis. Estuaries serve as a swapping nursery ground for many ecological and commercially important fish and shellfish species including bluefish, striped bass, shrimp and crabs. Salt marshes are temperate estuaries that have a surf-related grasses above the low tide line and seagrasses below the water. One of the largest salt marshes in America surrounds the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. Mangrove swamps are tropical estuaries that have several species of salt-tolerant trees collectively called mangroves. The large mangrove area in America is Florida Everglades National Park. How do ecologists use classifying marine ecosystem? Ecologists type divide the ocean into zones based on the depth and distance from the shore, starting from the shallowest and the closest to land. Marine ecosystem include the continental zone and the coastal ocean and the open ocean. The diagram shows the different zone in an ocean. That is the diagram that shows you open induction zone in the left, convention on right, and open zone how it is large, how large it is, as you see, guys. I am zooming it to see it with you. Okay, external ocean zone, continental ocean, open ocean. As you see, that is as you see that, guys. Okay. Sorry. Industrial zone. Organisms in industrial zone are more submerged in seawater at a tide, exposed into the air, sunlight at low tide. These organisms are subject to regular extreme changes in temperature and are often battered by waves and currents. Typically, rocky individual community exists in the temperate regions where exposed rocks lie and shore. There is planktons and seaweed and primarily attached themselves to the rocks. Coastal ocean. The coastal ocean expands the low tide mark of the outer edge of the continental shelf. The relatively shallow border that surrounds the continents. Water in the coastal ocean is brightly light and is often supplied with a nutrient by the freshwater runoff. As a result, coastal ocean tend of the highly productive kelp forest and coral communities. Open ocean. The open ocean begins at the edge of the continental shelf and expands outward more. 90% of the world ocean's area is considered the open ocean. Depth ranges 5 meters along the continental slopes to more than 1,000 meters in old trench. The open ocean is divided into two zones based on the light vegetation, the Politic and Aposic. zone. The open aquatic zone. The open aquatic zone is typically low nutrient and supports only the smallest species plankton. Still, because of the enormous area that most planktons on the earth occurs in a sampled top 100 meters to the open ocean. As you see, the graph is in your biology textbook. You can see it here in the screen, and the open biology textbook for 5 lesson to see 8 and 3 more key terms. The ocean open aquatic zone. The primary dark aquatic zone includes the deepest parts of the ocean, food webs. The aquatic zone either of the organism forward from the aquatic zone above the or organism. Deep oceans organisms, light hatched fish, and exposed of high pressure, frigid temperature at the total darkness, magnific environments in the deep sea were once thought to be nearly devoid, fried, but are now known to have islands of hyperactivity, deep sea vents where superheated water pools of attract ocean's floor support the chemiostatic primary producer. Let's see the graph of the open aquatic zone done by Mahmoud Bahaa. Thank you very much for attending my video today. Thank you Mr. Mostafa Ali for listening to me. Mr. Mostafa Ali, and I also would like to thank him for his efforts that making me love biology. Thank you for administration for giving us a good way and a respectful way to learn. Thank you very much all. Thank you for students. I'm sorry for my voice changed because I'm a little bit sick. Okay. Thank you very much.